So I'm currently at the McDonald's drive-thru, and I'm going to give you my reflection over the third part of Mountains Beyond Mountains, because I think last week I gave part 4, which was what we were supposed to do this week, but I got all confused. But anyway, the part I read, it went into detail of why poverty and disease are intertwined in places like Haiti. And it's something that I sort of accepted, but never really thought about why it was like that, beyond the obvious that they can't afford medication. But it talked about how a disease like tuberculosis feeds off the population's malnutrition. So the people there are in absolute poverty, which it describes as pretty much not being able to afford any of the necessities like water and food, and how the disease can feed off the fact that these people aren't getting the vitamins they need, so their biological systems can't possibly fight off something as dangerous as tuberculosis. And then with diseases like AIDS already prominent in an area like that, the diseases pretty much feed off each other. If you have AIDS and then you get TB, it's probably what's going to kill you. It's kind of like Kyle was saying in class last week, is it's not the AIDS that kills you, it's the fact that once you have AIDS, if you get something else, that's probably what's going to kill you. And it also talked about Dr. Farmer's actions over in Peru with tuberculosis, and how he pretty much risked his own life over there to help those people out because he ended up contracting hepatitis A. And it kind of talks about how he's so hell-bent on helping other people that it almost ends up killing himself, which is, I guess, the danger you risk when you want to help people, but you're sort of in the line of fire as well. And we see that with, I believe it was a pastor who actually ended up dying of tuberculosis as well, because I think the strain of tuberculosis he had ended up being resistant to all the drugs. I really ended up liking this book because Paul Farmer was such an eccentric character. He wasn't your stereotypical philanthropist that, just was going out there to help, and you saw all the good sides of him. You saw some other sides to him that you don't really see when people do actions like these. He wasn't your typical missionary or anything like that, so I thought it made it really fascinating. And plus, apparently he's just like a freaking robot or something, because he just never stops, he never sleeps until he helps these people. So I thought it was an awesome book because Paul Farmer is such an eccentric character. I think overall, if I had to rank the books in the class, I liked Beyond the Rubble a little bit better, probably just because it was easier to read. But yeah, thought it was pretty good.